'cause it's time to move on.
Okay, very simple. Just a couple of little posi drive screws here, which you undo. They should be capsulated as well, means that they stay in place. And once you're undone these, you can just pull. There we go. And that's what it looks like. I've got these upgraded LED type, and those two little balls there are replicating where the normal festoon bulb would have gone. But this is a sealed LED unit. It looks all good. Doesn't look like there's any leaks. So I'm just going to clean up the contacts inside. I've got a little bit of contact cleaner here. And also, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give these a little bend, just so that the springs are nice and tight. Because my thoughts are that I only seem to get an error message when I haven't used the car for a while and when it's cold. So when my battery voltage is a little bit low, that's when I get it. And then if I use it every day, I never seem to have a problem. So it kind of tells me that maybe the current isn't quite making proper contact, and hopefully with a little bit of a clean, it should solve the problem. I'm just going to make sure there's nice and clean in there. Doesn't look like there's any corrosion, so it looks all good. Just be careful though, because you want to make sure you don't short anything out. Probably the easiest job you're ever going to do on a Mercedes. And it just goes back in again. Like that. Actually, looking at it there, now that I've got this back on, just here I can see that there's two little water stains there, rust marks. And that's maybe where my issue is. If the problem keeps going, then I'll probably just replace this unit. I've had these on the car now for about 3 years and they've been great. But yeah, just there I can see that there's, and unfortunately it's embedded, the LED, so I can't get to it. And I can see evidence of a little bit of damp in there. So that is probably why I'm getting the error. I'm going to try turning the lights on and see. Aha! I saw a little flash there, but nothing. Oh. Yeah. So, decided to see if I can actually open this up. There's a like a clear sealant that's all on here, so I'm going to see if it will come away from the light. Actually, it's all gone into like a jelly. Well, there you go. Toothbrush here and see. I can actually feel that there's a little bit of dampness, and I think what's happened is this little jelly that they've put in here, it's all breaking up and coming away. There you go. And I think moisture has got in, and it's actually held the moisture against the PCB, the circuit board, and it's caused it to short. So I'll give that a good clean and see what I can do. Anyway, this is the important bit. So here there was a little bit of corrosion. I'll just sort of scrape that off now, these three connections. In fact, if you look really closely on this one, the middle, it's actually, this looks like it's burnt out. Tell you what, I'm going to put a power supply on and see if I can get this to light up. Give it a bit of spray, the contact spray. Right, let's see if we can turn it on with some power. Oh, aha! We got two of the lights working and it's not flashing anymore. So you know what? I'm going to put that back on the back in the car. I just have to have one bulb which isn't working, as in LED. Saves having to buy a new one, because these ones, I had a look on eBay and they're going for about 16-17 pounds, so just over 20 bucks US. Just going to clean this with a little bit of ethanol. Try and get rid of all this deteriorated sealant that they put on here. You can see that it's all starting to break away. So it just goes to dust. I probably won't put any sealant back on it. I'm just going to leave it. It's quite a sealed unit, so I don't think it needs to have anything on. Otherwise, I'll have problems in the future, I think. Going to make a little rubber O-ring. So that the screw has a nice waterproof seal. Then I can put that here, like that. That's okay. Do the same for the other side as well. This is basically double-sided tape, and I'm just leaving the little red backing on. But as it's got this soft material, it's handy because it'll stick in place and create a nice little seal as well. So yeah, so there you go. Let's make a little hole. That. And I'm going to put this little screw back in. There we go. That's better. I'm going to put a little bit of grease on that too. That's a bit of Vaseline. There you go. That's better. Just put a bit of Vaseline all the way around the gasket. I've just checked on the car because obviously I've taken this off, forgotten which way round that went, and these are actually biased, so they won't work one way, being an LED, unlike a normal festoon bulb. So the correct way is this little resistor goes to the bottom and it sits like that. So what I'm going to do to hold that in place, I'm simply going to put a couple of bits of super glue, which is actually Mitabond. Okay, this is really good for if you want to seal something and you want to seal it quickly. This stuff is also a lot cheaper than buying your regular super glues. It's got a little bit more wiggle room so that it doesn't set straight away, but it does set in probably about twice the amount of time. And the spray is the activator, and I find this stuff really useful because you can use it on really loads of things. What it's designed for is actually to use it on kitchen cabinets where you've got a mitre that comes together. It's usually wood, and you want to join the two. You spray one with the activator, you put a little bit of super glue on the other, and then you just bring the two together and it will set straight away. So this is what I'm going to do. is pour a little bit of this, not much, just onto this little tab here. That's it. And the same on the other side. Like that as well. Now, using my spray, that's it. That's all you need to do. And that, I can see, and that now is it. Really good stuff. Dead handy to have. Okay, let's get it back on the car, and hopefully, problem solved. And there we are, all looking good, all fixed. There's it switched off, and there's it switched on. And you can see that there's hardly any difference in the brightness, even though we know that there's 3 LEDs inside each of these, and one of them on the left isn't working, but you would never know. Thanks so much for all your thumbs up and subscribes. You can always subscribe to me, and then if you feel that it's not for you, you can unsubscribe later, but I appreciate it if you want to stay with me. So, there we go. Job done.